As the 2019 general elections draw closer, a civil society group has organized a sensitization program for voters with a view to ending the menace of vote buying in Nigeria's fledgling democracy. The group, with the catchphrase "Vote, Not Fight," said Nigerians should vote and not fight in the upcoming polls, while calling on the electorates to be security conscious, while the leader of the group, Zugwai Bature, encouraged Kaduna youth not to mortgage their future by selling their votes, as Kaduna State is known as one of the most crisis-prone areas during elections.
The campaign, Vote Not Fight, seeks to ensure that young people are able to identify what hate speech is and are able to avoid all forms of electoral violence, and young people are able to spot and know what vote buying is all about, and also to ensure that in their communities, vote buying comes to a halt. I think vote buying is one of the new trends that is coming into electoral processes now. You find merchants hanging in different places trying to buy votes. And if you are to sell your votes, for example, for 10,000 naira, that single vote you sold for 10,000, divide it by 12. Then when you're done dividing it by 12, divide it by 48 months, isn't it? That's 4 years. How much are you going to get? How much? Is it up to 500 naira? Maybe some few nairas. It simply means you have mortgaged your tomorrow for the little pleasures that you think you can get with their money. They deliberately want to ensure that you get to that point where you can sell your vote. And for us as a team, we are optimistic that 2019 elections are going to be unique. Not just unique, they are going to be absolutely different. Because those that usually sell their votes are young people. And young people this time around have decided that they are no longer willing to sell. So if you have your goods and someone wants to buy, then the business can flourish. But if nobody is willing to buy, it simply means you will not sell. So therefore, we are calling on young people in Kaduna State to ensure that no young person, you are the advocates in the communities, you must ensure that no young person sells his or her vote, and that no young person is willing to engage in any form of electoral violence. Where they speak hate, please speak love to counter their hate. Because that's the only way we can conquer all forms of violence in Kaduna State. And we must together change the narrative that Kaduna is rated globally as one of the conflict-prone states. We must change that narrative as young people to ensure that Kaduna is rated as the most peaceful state for everyone and anyone to belong to. So please, in the forthcoming 2019 elections, we need to do a lot as young people. And I'm optimistic with the faces I'm seeing in this room that we will achieve that. We can achieve it, and we have achieved it.
In the same vein, the Area Commander, Metropolitan Kaduna State, ACP Abdulaziz Sani, said voter education is very important because on election day, INEC has rules and regulations guiding participation which most electorates are ignorant of.
This voters' education is very important. On the election day, the INEC has rules to be obeyed. And I'm sure that many of us here now are not conversant with those rules. Are we? Yeah, you know it. You don't know it. So it's very important that INEC educates the voters on the election guidelines and rules before the day of the election. You know, if you know the rules and the offenses then you will have no excuse to commit that at the time of the election. And then what you'll expect from all voters is the willingness to obey those offenses, to obey and comply. You see, if they said you should not come to election unit with a phone or with a dangerous weapon, and you come with dangerous weapon, you are creating problems for yourselves. So it's very important that this education of election offenses during the election day should be made known to everybody that is coming for election and have the willingness to obey such regulations.